our guiding light. Now, on with the show. Tom Mackereth will entertain us with a selection of songs and jokes. I'm in a nice bit of trouble, I confess. With me, someone at the game. I was proposed to by Obadiah Binks in a very gentlemanly way. I lent him all my money for to buy the happy home, and punctually at 12 o'clock today, there was I awaiting. I can't get away to marry you today. My wife won't let me. Oh, life is very funny when you come to think it out. What a funny lot we are. Some of us are very rich, born without a doubt, underneath a lucky star. You can save your money up, but still it matters not. Never let it trouble you what other people's got. Live and be contented is the best thing you can do. But out in the end, then I'm better off than you, for we all came in this world with nothing, no clothes to wear. And when you die, just bear in mind, all your money you must leave behind. Finish up just the same as you began, without the slightest doubt. For we all came in this world with nothing, and we can't take anything out. So, once upon a time, there was a fella called Ebenezer Sweet, and he was courting a girl called Jane Lemon. Well, they decided to get married. See? Well, this announcement was in the paper. Some curious changes. There we meet twixt Jane and Ebenezer. For she was changed from sour to sweet, and he became a lemon squeezer. Darling Clementine, you know that one? In the cavern, in the country, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. She drove ye ducklings to the water every morning just at 9. She caught a foot against a splinter, fell into the foaming brine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine. Come on, Ben.
You're gone and lost forever.
Dreadful story, Clementine. Ruby lips above the water, blowing bubbles soft and fine. Alas for me, I was no swimmer, so I lost my Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, thou art lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry, Clementine. Okay, shut off a minute,
What have you got something else ready there?
Yeah, what would you like?
A joke?
A joke?
Another
Well,
one.
look, hey, I have some Scotch jokes here. These are dedicated to my son's wife, Margaret. She had a bit of Scotch, and I seen her drinking it.
Yeah.
But don't tell her. Don't tell her, though. Whether Dickens... Yeah. Right? What the thing is, are we? No. Oh, well, anyway, you know, the Scotchman, he was watching a plane going up and down, you know, $5 a ride. Well, the fellow says, "Oh, boy, take your wife up, Jock." He says, well, he said, you don't need to be scared. He says, "Look, I can't afford it." Well, he said, "Look, I'll tell you what we'll do. Now, you go up with the wife, and if you don't make a sound from the time you go up till you come down, you have a free ride." That's fair enough? Fair enough, he says. So up he went. The tail spins, loop the loops, upside down and everything. And then they came down, and he says, "Well, Jock, you heard yourself a free ride." He says, "You never made a sound." Oh, man, but it was hard to keep quiet when the wife fell out. Well, anyway, he went to go to Niagara Falls. So, friends, look, Jock, when you're over there, he says, be sure and throw a copper across the falls. He said, have good luck for the rest of the year. He come back, he says, well, Jock, did you get your copper over the falls? Hey, man, it's bad luck from the start. He said, the string broke. All right. Gee, poor old Jock. That's it from the... Where did he... No, Scott, Jock was going home one night, he says, and there was a couple of fellas jumped on him and beat him up and tried to rob him. And gee, when they got to him, he says, when they got to his pockets, all he had on him was a nickel. And he nearly killed the two of them. And he asked them, boys, if he'd had a quarter to kill the two of us. Well, then he thought, well, all right. Then the Irishman went to buy a clock. And he said, what kind have you in mind, Pat? He said, well, what do you got? He said, well, I have a lovely clock here, 8-day clock. Well, he said, what's that? Well, he said, go 8 days without winding it. Well, how long do when you do wind it? All right. All right. Here's one dedicated to Johnny. All the nice girls love a sailor. All the nice girls love a tan. Well, there's something about a sailor. You all know what sailors are. They're bright and breezy, free and easy. They're the ladies' pride and joy. Falls in love with Kate and Jane, then he's off to sea again. Ship ahoy, naughty boy. All right. Now it's a great big shame. Now if she belonged to me, I'd let her know. So, nagging at the fellow is 6'3" and her only 4'2". Well, they hadn't been married but a month or so when underneath the thumb went Jim. Now isn't it a pity that the likes of her should put upon the likes of him? She was a sweet little dicky bird. Chip, 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 she went. She sweetly, she sang to me till all my money was spent. We went on so, but we parted on fighting terms, for she was one of the early birds and I was one of the worms. Come round any old time at all. Place your feet on the mantel shelf, go to the cupboard and help yourself. I don't care if your friends have left you all alone. Rich or poor, knock at the door and make yourself at home. Learn it out. It's daddy when a baby, you lisp it till you grow, and then you call him father, when to school you go. But later when you're married, deny it if you can. It's not daddy nor your father, but it's my old man. Okay. Put a bit of powder on him, father. Put a bit of powder on him, do. Put a bit of powder on him, father. Let me beg of you. For the baby won't stop crying, oh daddy, till you do. So put some old cologne on his old trombone, put a bit of powder on him, do. Now she's only a bird in a gilded cage, a beautiful sight to see. You may think she's happy and free from care. She's not, though she seems to be. It's sad when you think of her wasted life, for youth cannot mate with age. Her beauty was sold for an old man's gold. She's a bird in a gilded cage. Won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Won't you come home? You're in. She mourns the all day long. I'll do the cooking, darling. I'll pay the rent. I know I've done you wrong. Remember that rainy when I turned you out with nothing but a fine-tooth comb. I know I's to blame, I know ain't that a shame. Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? In the good old summertime, come on, in the good old summertime, strolling down a shady lane with your baby mine. You hold her hand and she holds yours, and that's a very good sign that she's your tootsie whipsie in the good old summertime. In the shade of the old apple tree, there's a love in your eyes I can see, and this voice that I heard like the song of a bird seemed to whisper sweet music to me. I could hear the dull buzz of the bee in the blossom that you sent to me. With a heart that is true, I'll be waiting for you in the shade of the old apple tree. Down in the lane, two men have quarreled over the girl whom they both admired. Brothers in name, but foes in feeling. Passion the hearts of both had fired. One says, you traitor, you stole her from me. Henceforth a stranger to England I'll be. If we must part of the other in pain, don't part like this, we may never meet again. Now, for old time's sake, don't let your enmity live. For old time's sake, say you'll forget and forgive. For life's too short to quarrel, hearts are too precious to break. So shake hands and let us be friends. Quit your laughing, for all time's sake. Hey, boys. And it...
You should stop for a while, get your breath.
All right. I'll be your sweetheart if you will be mine. All my life I'll be your Valentine. Bluebells I'll gather, take them and be true. And when I'm a man, my plan will be to marry you. What have we got another for my? Wait a minute. Yeah, a Scotch one. We've got another Scotch one for mine. Oh yes, he went to buy some fish. He heard tell that fish was brain food, the Scotchman, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And he went to buy some fish. Well, he says, is it right that fish is brain food? Well, as anybody knows that. Okay, so I'll try. I'll take a pound. So he gets the pound. He goes back next week. Says he wants another pound of fish. But I'm sorry to tell you, jumping has gone up. He says a couple of cents a pound. That's okay, so I'm going to follow it up. Goes next week, gone up another couple of cents. Third time he goes, said, another 2 cents, I'm sorry. Look, he said, what's the gag? He said, every time I come, it's gone up 2 cents. There's proof your brains are working already. Oh, did you hear about the Irishman had his appendix out? Eh? The Irishman had his appendix out. All right. Well, he was scared at first, so Doc said, look, Pat, he says, all we do is make a little incision in your side, take the appendix out, that's all there is to it. I tell you what we'll do as a favourite now. He said, you see that bay window there? When you come round, we'll let you take it home as a souvenir. It'll be on that windowsill when you wake up. When Pat come out, he starts to groan, then he feels his side, he remembers what they told him. He looks on the windowsill, and he's a pet monkey belonging to the hospital sitting there. He says, you need sick grinning there, but he says, your mother's a sick man. Your mother's... It's all right. Yeah, I just told you one was the drunk. He was laid on the sidewalk on his stomach, pulling himself along the slats. And the guy said, what are you doing down there? He said, I'm going to get the top of this ladder if I stay here all night, he says. Then he said, there was one guy used to get come home drunk every night, so his wife says, she got all of a fuss, says, Dave, do you mind getting in the grave and scare me, come through the graveyard? Get in one of the empty graves and scare him, he says, so he'll quit drinking. So when he come through there, he says he saw this empty grave, and the man said, I can't rest. I can't rest. Well, the old drunk goes, no wonder, old man. He says, they forgot to cover you up. He said, he's shoving the dirt in on top of it. Who was it took me from my warm cot and placed me on the cold pot, whether I wanted to go or not? My mother. That's for my... Oh, boy.
Mother's Day.
Eh? That's for Mother's Day. That one's for Mother's Day. Yeah. Daisy, Daisy, give me your hands to do. You know that one? I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage if you can't afford a carriage. But you look sweet upon the seat, the bicycle built for two. As I watch the swallows on their homeward way, stealing all the restless foam, fain would I be flying, my heart for home is sighing, sighing for the dear old home. I want to see that dear old home again, that cottage down that little winding lane. I could see the roses climbing, I hear those sweet bells chiming, and I'm longing for the old home again. I saw the old homesteads and faces I loved, I saw England's valleys and dells. I listened with joy as I did when a boy to the sound of the old village bell, and the log was burning brightly. 'Twas a night that would banish all sin, and the bells were ringing the old year out and the new year in. Okay?
Okay.
I'm Henry the Eighth, I am. Henry the Eighth, I am. I've been married to the widow next door. She'd been married 7 times before, and everyone was a Henry. She wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I'm a 8th old man named Henry. Henry the 8th, I am. Sweet Rosie O'Grady, my beautiful rose, she's my little lady, as everyone knows. And when we are married, how happy we'll be, for I love sweet Rosie O'Grady, and Rosie O'Grady loves me. Is that okay?
Have you any more there, Tom?
Well, in the old country, you know, when I was a boy, they used to come round the street selling coal, a shilling a bag, see? A guy was there with a bell ringing, he'd holler out, coal, shilling a bag, and boy, somebody showed from when and said, put 2 bags in there, boss. So I put 2 bags. They lift up a lid in the sidewalk, go right down to the cellar. Well, he dumped 2 bags in. Then he put the cover on. Then he goes to the door and knocked, and man comes out. I said, what do you want? Someone paid for them 2 bags of coal I put in there. I never ordered any coal. Sure you did. Somebody showed from the window there. Oh, it's that damn parrot, he says. I'll wring its neck. So he went in there and he grabbed the parrot by the neck and he wrings its neck all right. He took it and he threw it on top of the coal pile. When he was coming up the cellar steps, he fell over the cat. So he turned around and takes a kick at the cat and he kicked him right in the coal pile alongside the parrot. Just I got that parrot was just coming round. He says, hello, Tom. He says, how many bags did you order? Yeah? How many bags? All right. I don't know any more. In a lonely graveyard, many miles away, lies your dear old mother in the cold, cold clay. Memories of returning of her tears and sighs. If you love your mother, meet her in the skies. Now the old home vacant has no charms for you. One dear soul is absent, mother fond and true. Evermore she dwells where there are no tears or sighs. If you love your mother, meet her in the skies. When I was a little boy, oh, what I recollect, how I would vex my mother with my folly and neglect. What was that? Oh, gee, where's that now? When I was just a little boy, oh, don't get that on there. Like, how I would vex my mother with my folly and neglect. But now she's gone to heaven above, I miss her tender care. Oh, tell my darling mother I'll be there. Tell mother I'll be there in answer to her prayer. This message, blessed Saviour, to her bear. Tell mother I'll be there, heaven's joys with her to share. Oh, tell my darling mother I'll be there. That's the best I can do for you on that one. Yes, there'll be some rubbish on there, but yes.
And what about all these Pat and Mike jokes?
Yeah.
You know,
What is that one? Pat and Mike?
You don't need notes for them.
Yeah. Pat and Mike. Well, anyway, Pat came over anyway, and he gets off at the docks, New York, and he's seen one of these divers come up, you know, he'd been cleaning the barnacles off the ship, and he takes his helmet off, and Pat's seen him, he's a big courage, I had to walk to trust myself, I know it was possible. He thought he'd walked over the ocean, see, and then he stood watching the big pick. He watched the big pick on the dock, and he stood looking at it, and the cop come, at least the pick, I got it all looked in the anchor. And that I got the joke first. Then the cop comes and says, what are you standing there? Well, you've been there long enough. He says, get moving. I'm not moving till I see a man at handle a pick that size, he says. The anchor of the boat. I got that mixed up. Hey, that's all on here, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
You want to hear it?
Well, do you know it?
Yeah, this Scotsman, he had 6 daughters, you know. And the last one was getting married. And the fellow, well, Jock, he says, you've gotten rid of your last daughter. Hey, man, he says, about time, too. He says, the rice was getting awful gritty. Sweeping it up after every wedding. Rice was getting awful. That's it.
I didn't get it.
Hey?
I didn't really get
Yeah, you see, you're so stupid, you are. Oh, gee, I had to tell you the joke, eh?
Yeah. Hey, blow your nose.
Oh, boy, wipe your nose, your chin's bleeding. Oh, gee. Oh, gee. Oh, boy. What are you crying for, man? Oh, boy. Give us another beer. Oh, man. Back. Oh, boy. Wipe your nose, your chin's bleeding.
The anniversary that you haven't sang on there.
Oh, gee.
I don't think you got them all down.
You had another list, didn't you?
Yeah, he had.
No, that was, I don't know.
You had
I've
another
lost it.
list. You must have lost it. There was other pieces. Those are the last ones you found. You had a whole bunch.
Pieces of eight.
See,
Any more musical songs?
Eh?
Musical songs?
No,
What's the story?
eh?
Story?
Yeah, oh, gee.
I thought you were ready.
At least, Mag, eh? But the Scotsman used to fry his bacon in looks every morning. Here, it didn't shrink. His looks wouldn't shrink, so he fried his bacon in looks every morning. Oh, dear. A good idea.
Great joke.
Never had so much fun since Pa died, did he?
You were capping out here.
turned off.
They ran out of jokes.
That helps the poor when poverty knocks at the door. Those who live in mansions grand oft-times fail to understand the meaning of that little word. Hunger, I am sure, it's the poor they know the meaning, and so it's the poor that help the poor. Is that right? You say that, but you don't sing that.
Eh? Well, you said...
Once, while this was Dave used to teach all his children this so they're able to talk. Once upon a time, when pigs eat lime and monkeys chewed tobacco, and little dogs took off the clogs and went to the bathroom to caca.
Dog.
You used to tell us when we went to bed, good night, sleep tight, remember?
Mind the bugs don't bite.
Mind the bugs don't bite.
If they do, spot them color black and blue.
Eh?
Well, I
There,
tell
put that Johnny's on. That's Johnny's. Put it on here.
Well, you told me, and I told them.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I thought you had some more jokes yet.
Oh, well, I can't remember them.
Yeah. Well, you have to make out another list, and then...
Well, hey, all right, sure, we put some more on after, eh? All right.
And I can just keep this tape,
right.
and I'll mark down...
That's right, now put the wait stop down. We'll think of some more then, all right. That's enough to make them laugh for a while, I guess, anyway, but I'll never laugh over that. Everybody laughed when we're all laughing, man. That was the best of it, and everybody laughed. And his wife, you know, your chin's bleeding. And never had so much fun since Pa died.
Sign off for now.
Yeah. Now is the hour.
Say I'm signing off.
Yeah. Signing off? Yeah, sign off. Then go ahead.
Say you'll be back later. Say I'll be back later.
All right, I'll be back later.